Hey, Will, are you okay, buddy?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Hey, buddy. You don't look so good. Hey, Mike!
Yeah, what's going on? Have a seat, man. There we go. Check out your eyes, brother. You remember what happened?
Oh, come on.
How about this? What's your name?
Oh.
Who's the President of the United States?
Obama? Hey, did you see Big Mike's food commercial?
Shh, don't say the quiet part out loud. He's concussed. Being from Vegas, a lot of the alcoholics or the people that were intoxicated, they always fall on their head and they do a complete face plant. So they'd have a broken nose, they'd have teeth missing, but for head injuries, I've seen splits right here in the middle, so we'd control the bleeding and put a head bandage on.
H stands for head injury and hypothermia in the SMARCH-E algorithm. In our last video, we briefly covered when to use a survival blanket and how important it is to get the body or somebody off the ground. If you haven't watched it, make sure you go back so you can see why it is so important to keep the body warm, especially during massive bleeding. So what are the top 3 things a civilian can do for a head injury?
Recognize what the mechanism is or what they think caused the injury, and then obviously look for the trauma that happened to their head. You can also check their pupils with a pen light. Check to see if they're equal and reactive to the light. One's blown, one's normal. That could be another sign of a head injury.
And when you're wrapping the head, it's good to apply some pressure, but not too much.
No, you don't want to make it tight. You just want to control the bleeding. You don't want to make it too tight because there's already pressure building in their head. Ultimately, you need to get them to a higher level of care. They need imaging.
Ready to show them how to do it?
Sure, let's go. So Brett, first thing we're going to check his pupils with the Perla method.
Okay.
So really quick, shine the light in each pupil. And what you're looking for is for the pupil to constrict very quickly and then come back to normal.
What does PERLA stand for?
Pupils equal and reactive to light accommodation.
So they got smaller.
Yeah, they should go right back as soon as you get done. If you shine the pen light in their eye and one stays smaller and the other one stays dilated, that's a blown pupil. And that would be a sign of a head injury. So next, we're going to ask them what's called neuro questions. You want to ask them person, place, time, and event. So there should be 2 short-term questions and 2 long-term questions. So like, what's your name? If I gave you 4 quarters, what does that equal? And then a long-term question would be like, who's the President of the United States? Because that's current news. What city are you from? Where did you grow up? Those should be long-term questions that should be automatically in his head.
And if there is any hesitation, that's the first sign of a head injury.
That's going to lead me down the road, yes.
Okay. So when we're wrapping the head, we want to make sure we are putting, obviously, the gauze pad onto directly the injury where the bleeding is. So you're going to put that in. And then what's great about the emergency trauma dressing is it has this periodic hook and loop field, especially right there, so you can get a good pressure. You want light pressure to hold it in place, but you don't want to put too much pressure because if there is a brain injury, pressure in the head is going to expand a little bit, correct?
Yeah, and don't be worried about if you're covering up his eyes. That's kind of good anyways.
So, and then the final has the loop, secure it into place. There can be a period of time where they seem normal and then can show signs later,
Absolutely.
correct?
You don't want them to fall asleep. You want to monitor them for a short period of time to see if, they start getting woozy, and you don't want them to fall asleep. And it depends on if he has repetitive questioning, because he asks me the same questions, like what happened, like 4 different times in a 5-minute period. He's got to go to the hospital. He needs to see a doctor and get imaging done of his head, a CT scan or an MRI.
Have you guys ever helped or had a bad head injury? Tell us your story in the chat. Reach out to us. Go to the website. Give us a call. We'd be happy to talk with you.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube and all of our other platforms, and we will see you guys next time.